Hey guys, Lacey here with the Sweet Pea Chef, and I am so excited to share with you today how to meal prep salmon. We're gonna be making one of my favorite meals ever, which is pan-roasted salmon, some garlic rice, and some garlic parmesan green beans. We're cooking it once. We're gonna have 4 servings for later to put in the fridge. It's gonna be a great meal prep that you're gonna be so excited to run and grab and heat up for later. So let's get started. First, start by preheating your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. And while our oven is preheating, we're going to add some olive oil to a deep pot. Then we're gonna add in some garlic. We're gonna cook all of this over medium-high heat. And what we wanna do is cook the garlic for about a minute until it becomes fragrant. Then we're gonna add in our brown rice, our sea salt, and our low-sodium chicken broth. And we're gonna stir this all together. We want to bring this to a boil, and then we're going to reduce it to a simmer and cover. And what we want is to cook it for about 20 to 30 minutes until all the liquid has been absorbed and the rice is nice and tender. Once you have that, go ahead and let it set aside. Next, we're going to be making our garlic parmesan green beans, which are super easy in just a few ingredients. So start by heating some olive oil over medium-high heat in a large skillet. And then we're gonna add in some minced garlic again. And what we wanna do is just cook it for about a minute so it gets fragrant. Then we're gonna add in our fresh green beans, followed by some sea salt and some ground black pepper, and toss everything to coat. We wanna cook this for about 4 to 6 minutes until everything gets nicely coated and the green beans really start to cook, but don't fully cook all the way. We don't want them to be completely tender. We want them to be a little bit crisp still, so that when we reheat the meal later, it is fully cooked and it's tasty that way and not overcooked. The last step for the green beans is to remove it from the heat, add some grated Parmesan cheese, and then toss it all together. If you're looking for a non-dairy version of this, you could either just not add any Parmesan to this, or you could add in some nutritional yeast at this time. All right, now for how to cook our salmon. We're making some pan-roasted salmon with the most delicious spice rub ever. You are gonna just love it. So to make our spice rub in a small bowl, we're gonna add some coconut sugar, sea salt, ground black pepper, ground cumin, dry mustard, and ground cinnamon, and then stir that all together. For this meal prep, I like to portion out my salmon to be about 4 to 6 ounces. While you could just buy pre-portioned salmon at the grocery store, I like to buy the full fillet. I get a center cut fillet, and then I cut it myself. So for that, you would just need about a 2-pound fillet. If you have that, you have plenty to work with. And I divide that into 4 6-ounce fillets. Then use our spice rub, and we're gonna rub it all over the top of our fillet, so that's the side without the skin. Now heat an oven-safe skillet over high heat and add a little bit of olive oil. We're looking for this to get super hot because we're gonna be searing the fish, so make sure it gets really hot. Once it gets nice and hot, we're gonna transfer our salmon into the hot oil, and we're gonna put it rub side down so that it gets a nice crisp crust on it. So good. We're gonna sear the salmon for about 3 to 4 minutes until it has that crust on it, and then we're gonna carefully flip it over and then transfer the entire pan into the oven for about 8 to 10 minutes. Remember, we're not wanting to cook our salmon all the way through here. Just like with our green beans, we want it to finish the cooking when we're reheating it later. So 8 to 10 minutes is all you need, and then it'll be ready when you cook it later. It's gonna be awesome. All right, now it's time to bring this meal together. So I have my meal prep containers, and on one half, we're gonna add our garlic rice that we made. And on the other half, we're gonna add in our garlic parmesan green beans to make the bed for our pan-roasted salmon, which we can now put on top of all this goodness. Then we're gonna put our lid on there, place it in the fridge, and it's gonna stay in there good for about 4 to 5 days. So you can grab it, reheat it for about 2 minutes on high, and then you are good to go with your salmon meal prep. For another great meal prep idea, check out my How to Meal Prep Chicken video, which goes through an entire week's worth of a chicken recipe meal. So definitely check that out as well, and subscribe so you never miss new healthy ways to enjoy tasty foods. Thanks so much. I'll see you next time.